Let's talk about what happened in your career this year, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hey, welcome back to the Corporate Survivor podcast with me, Mei Ping, and this is your year-end episode. Now, I'm a firm believer in the power of slowing down before speeding up. So at the end of every year, I like to use my 3R formula to help me reflect, reset, and re-strategize for the next year. So reset is all about assessing, reflecting, hey, actually what happened in my career in the past 12 months. What went well, what went wrong, what went right, what went disastrous, what were the things that caused me stress, and what were the things that actually went really well that I got recognition. So reflecting is really that process to untangle what's on your mind, because if you don't do that, then it will always feel like things are kind of going well, but also not going well at the same time, or you may feel that things are just disastrous and you don't really know what to do about it. So it kind of creates the feeling of trap. So reflecting is a really, really important process. And once you're done with that, then it's about resetting, right? It's about, hey, what can I do about it? Or if I even want to do anything about it. So the area when you come to the point of resetting, I think that's where a bit of the logical part comes in, right? The commitment part, the, hey, I want to do it. Next year is going to be the best year ever. And next year is the time that I'm actually going to get support for my career. So that's a lot of the positive mindset, the commitment, the consistency, the, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to let what's going on around me to stop me, but I'm actually going to take charge about my career. So that's the reset part. And finally, it's about re-strategizing, because you can be as motivated as you want. You can be as inspired. You can go through all the social media content. You can look through every single thing that you can find online, blogs and everywhere else. But if you don't have a clear strategy, then you're just going to be doing, but maybe not really seeing the results. So basically, your hard work is kind of going to go down the drain, and we don't want that. So the simple 3R formula is something that I've kept in mind every single year. And this is something that I consistently remind clients in my career program, The Corporate Survivor, that, hey, it's about reflection, it's about reset, and it's about re-strategizing. And this is definitely something that we do in the course program lessons itself, as well as our monthly mentoring calls, where I can share more practical feedback, new perspectives, different perspectives on, hey, this is how you can better look at your current career situation and to get out of it. So that's something that we definitely do in my career program. So specifically for you, right, I want you to actually get started with the 3R formula, right? Are you spending enough time reflecting on what's going on, resetting, and re-strategizing? Basically, do you have a plan? Or you're just going to work every single day, every single month, rolling, waiting for Friday and for something to happen. But it's not the best strategy for job fulfillment. Now let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all about reflection. And the way I like to do it actually is really simple, in which we're going to have 3 categories. It's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. So in the first category, the good. So basically, I want you to think about this entire year, over the past 12 months, what do you think actually went well in your career or at work? So the things that can go into the good category, maybe for you is a job promotion, maybe it's work recognition, maybe it's work appreciation, maybe for you it's just ability to upskill, maybe your communication skills got better as compared to last year, maybe you managed to build really strong relationships, maybe you were given some new opportunities to try out new things or to be involved in different projects. So really write down what has actually gone well. So these are the good things that happen in your career, because what's in your good list are the things that we want to focus more energy on. And ask yourself, what are you going to do next year? And what kind of new strategies, insights, perspectives, experiences can you gain so that you can repeat the same success or maybe do even better next year? So next year, the good list, right, it should be an excellent list, because you are actually improving from it. So we really want to kind of like break it down into a simple framework. And the framework that I teach in my career program is called the 3-step framework, in which we focus on get clear, get confident, and get visible. Make sure that you actually know what is contributing towards the success and the good things that has happened in your career this year, so that you can repeat it next year and get better at it next year, right? So that will actually create the growth mindset, more fulfillment, and more opportunities. Now, moving on to the second category, and that's the bad category. So really think about the past 12 months in your career. What do you think were the bad things or the uncomfortable, painful things that you felt has happened in your career? Maybe the bad thing for you is you got negative feedback from your boss. Maybe there was some relationships at work that didn't work out. Maybe you went for a couple of interviews, you didn't pass, or you were looking out for different opportunities and you still feel a little bit stuck. So all these could go into the bad category of, hey, this is really not what I want for my career, but unfortunately, over the past 12 months, I seem to have found myself in this hole of getting stuck, not knowing what to do, and even despite my efforts, I'm actually not really making progress. So actually write down the things that are in your bad category, because these are actually the things that you likely only need better perspective and a better strategy. That's it. Because after working with like hundreds of career clients in my program, and many times, when they come to the mentoring calls, they book their bonus one-on-one call with me, or they go through the course lessons, they will tell me that, hey, maybe I didn't realize that it's supposed to be like this. I didn't realize that this is the knowledge that the corporate world, or I didn't realize that, oh, this is actually how it's supposed to work. I didn't know this is how I should do my performance review. I didn't know this is how I'm supposed to talk to people at work. I'm like, okay, great. So everything that's in your bad category, I want you to tell yourself right now, it's just a matter of strategy, okay? I just need the right knowledge, the right strategy, and all these bad problems, I can easily turn this into the good category next year. So actually this, I think, is the easy part. So make sure that you write it down first, but look at your bad list, not from a place of negativity, but from the place of positivity, knowing that everything that's on your bad list this year, by the end of next year, is going to go onto your good list, right? So what you need in between, like I said, right, is insights, perspectives, really corporate world experiences, feedback. And that's something that if you're in my career program and if you're already my client, the Corporate Survivor, we are already going to do this exact breakdown of what went wrong every single month in your latest career situation, and where I can share with you some new perspectives, practical feedback, and actually what to do next. So make sure that if you have done the reflection already, just keep the bad list, because this is going to be the career improvement list that we want to focus on in the next 12 months. So list it down, bring it to our mentoring calls, and make sure that you leverage the sessions that I have for you so that you can actually better maximize, learn how to plan, navigate, and grow your career in the corporate world. Because in our monthly mentoring sessions, it's really the best place that, it's a live session, and it's always your latest career situation. So we can easily turn the bad to the good category in the next 12 months. Now, moving on to the final category, and that is the ugly, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. And right now we are in the final, most painful, most torturous, disastrous stage of the events or situations that would go into the ugly category. So some of it may be things like, maybe you got fired this year, you were let go. Maybe you had like a big fallout with your boss, with your colleagues, or maybe you got a demotion, right? People got a promotion, you got a demotion, or there was some kind of harassment at work, you didn't feel comfortable. So basically, what I consider like huge problems. So this is like almost like a big, it's like a career damaging situation, or like a career damaging mistake of some sort. So this will probably go into the ugly category. Now, if you have situations in the ugly category, right, it's very, very easy to feel very hopeless. It almost feels like, oh, I can't get out of this. I'm going to be stuck in this forever. There's no hope for people like me. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to be doomed. I'm just going to be stuck in this forever. Now, I'm going to tell you that that is not true. The reality about the things in the ugly category is that it's really only a one-time thing. Don't ever feel that you're going to stuck in this forever. It is not true. And more importantly, what are you going to do after that? Because I've actually seen real life examples of my clients who managed to completely turn it around. So I've worked with a client where when she first came to me, she was actually just let go from her job because she's an introvert. She didn't really know how to manage expectations. And at the same time, right, she's a bit of a procrastinator, and she's not a very, very clear, logical thinker. So what has happened is that her work was quite chaotic, and she also didn't really understand how to work with her boss. So a multitude of problems here, like a group of like problems, and eventually, she was asked to leave the company, and she was actually really, really upset about that. So why I say that I no longer believe that you can forever stay hopeless is because I've actually seen that client go from like totally zero self-esteem, zero self-confidence, having just been laid off, to turning into a high performer in her new job. So currently she's at an MNC. She is impressing her boss. She's doing really, really well. And she's actually like the go-to person for the management team. Right now, her confidence level is like way higher. She's clearer on what to do, and she even has like worked out, these are some of the things I need to focus on. And she's also really committed to the career program lessons, as well as the mentoring calls, as well as also book the one-on-one bonus call with me. The way that I've designed my program is to really make sure that you get the support that you need, which is the training on everything that you need to know about the corporate world, knowledge, how it works, make sure that you can survive and thrive, plus the monthly mentoring sessions where we can actually talk about specifically your latest career situation. And this is really where you can get the latest and freshest advice on like, okay, this is what I can do in the next 30 days. And then you come back to the next month's mentoring call to report on your update, to get inspired, motivated with a community of 9 to 5 professionals just like you. So that's something that client that I told you about found really, really helpful. And I think that has also changed the way that she looked at to her career as to like, hey, actually I can do something about it. And that's really, I think, the best feeling and the best mindset that you can have, because it's all about personal power. And that's really some of the situations. And of course, I have so many more client stories, but that's just one story to share with you that I no longer believe that people are hopeless, because I've seen so many examples of my clients who managed to overcome their personal limitations, their personal beliefs, to say that, hey, you know what, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. And just because someone kicked me out doesn't mean that I can't rise up again. It doesn't mean I cannot do well. It's really up to me, because self-leadership is really the most important thing. And I've really seen that demonstrated by my clients. So I know that's 100% possible. So that's why I want you to actually break down your career assessment in the past 12 months into the good, the bad, and the ugly. So once you have the 3 core categories, I want you to set an intention as to what are you going to do for these 3 categories. So start. So the fact that you're listening to this podcast tells me that you really care about your career, you want to get started, and you have probably already gotten started. So if you have already been doing that and you want to go deeper with me, you can download my 5-day free career growth guide and training, and you can find the link in the description below at www.maeping.com. Go through the guide, because I actually walk you through how you can reset with some exercises as well, so that you can actually implement everything that I've mentioned to you in the next 12 months. So get started with the guide and training that you can find at www.maeping.com. Now, if you have already also done that and you feel that, hey, Maeping, the next 12 months, I really want to learn more from you. I want to really grow my career. I want to be successful. I want to learn the things that I should have learned at the beginning of my career. Then definitely check out the Corporate Survivor My Career Program for 9-to-5 professionals. Because in the first few months of you joining, we're actually going to do a New Year, New You strategy session that I host in January, where we're actually going to walk through specifically how to set up your career plan for success over the next 12 months. And this is something that I bring my clients through step by step. And every single month after that, during our mentoring sessions, it's going to be an accountability session to make sure that you are actually progressing together towards your career goal, so you'll never feel lonely again. And that's really the goal of the mentoring session. So January, we're going to do the New Year, New You strategy call. Then in March, I'm actually going to do a LinkedIn profile branding workshop to help you seek out new opportunities. So we're going to focus on value positioning. How do you actually sell your value? Plus, how do you get headhunted on LinkedIn? So this is still something really, really valuable, because whether you're looking for new opportunities or a career change in the next 12 months, there is always some benefit to make sure that you can actually be discovered. Because when the opportunities come, then you can decide whether, hey, do you want to go for it or not? Because this is something that has happened to many of my clients as well. So many clients in the program at the beginning of the year, they are like, Maeping, you know what, I just want to go for a job promotion. But somewhere in the middle of the year, right, they got headhunted on LinkedIn, better opportunity, better job title, better company, and even better salary. And they decided that, hey, I'm just going to go for it. So opportunities come, and it's really up to you to make sure that you are ready and you are brave enough and you are good enough to grab the opportunity the moment that you see it. So if you want to have the best year of your career in the next 12 months, then I definitely look forward to seeing you in my career program, The Corporate Survivor, where we're going to do it all together. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And more importantly, I want you to come out believing and knowing that you are good enough to deal with any situation in your career, and you truly deserve the career success that you want. I'll see you in my career program, and let's make next year the best year yet.